Hello everyone, the Klaus here, and today guys I'm going to review 4 Megabloks Dragon set released in 2006 I think, first in the US and then in 2007 in Europe and for example in France, and it's going to be four sets from the new well, at the time at least, the new Battlestorm subsim. And well, this subsim is quite new for the Megabloks Dragon sim because it was the first reboot of the universe. This means Megabloks decided to go back to square one and create 2 new armies, in fact, and decided to not, for example, take back the Draga or the Norvagan or the Odaku guys from the previous subsim. So they decided to make 2 new armies, but as you will see in this set, because these 4 sets are going to be 4 figures pack, Megabloks made new armies but not new molds, and so you're going to find the same old molds as seen previously but in a new colors. So in fact, no new molds but many new recolors. But you will see that just right now, because we're going first to talk about the Forest Expedition set. So here's the box. As you can see, of course, we got a transparent part which shows you the 3 warriors and their weapons. There is no shields in this set, and by the way, there is no shields at all in all the Battlestorm subsims. So Megabloks decided to get rid of all the shields, which is a little drawback, but well, that's what it is. And here you got all the names plus the armies in which they belongs. And in fact, you're going to have 2 new armies, like I said, in this new subsim. The Aurios, which will be gold and blue, and the Argentix, which are going to be silver and red. So here's the back of the box. You can see a nice drawing of one of the character, and then some other sets from the rest of the subsim. So it's time to move on to the fig themselves next. And so, like I said, yes, Forest Expedition. So in this one, we're going to have 2 Aurios warriors and 1 Argentix one. So as you can see, for those who already watched my previous Megabloks Dragons video review, the molds are the same as before, but of course the armies and the characters are new, but the molds are only the same. So for example, let's talk about this first guy. As you can see, he has a Odaku body mold, but some Draga and heads, well, arms mold and heads mold. So as you can see, it's some all parts but 3 color red. And like I said, it's going to be, so this is an Aurios, so it's gold and blue. But one thing you have to notice about these new figures is that they are just painted on the front part. This means this part is gold, but when we just turn the figures, it's dark gray. So I think it was to reduce the cost at the time, and this means that all the warriors are going to be, in fact, got 2 colors. The front side is going to be the nice gold color or the nice silver color, and then the back is going to be this ugly dark gray color. So it's really a shame because it really seems to be like a China toys, you know, with the front well made, and then you look at the back and it's just detailless with just 1 color. So seriously, I know it was maybe for the reduction cost, but it's not that good in terms of design, but it's not really good looking. But by the way, for those who do not know these figures, in terms of articulation, it's quite simple. 1 rotation point on the neck, 1 rotation point per shoulder. There is no articulations on the hands, unlike the Lego minifigs, and then 1 rotation point per legs. Excuse me, just per arms, per legs. Also, you have to notice that all the warriors are going to use the same type of legs, and also that Megabloks decided to also get rid of the magnet in their bodies, because remember, in the previous years, all the warriors got a little magnet in their bodies, which was quite useful for play features. Here Megabloks decided to just get rid of it. And so let's move on to the second warrior, which this time it's a normal Vorgan mold, as you can see, so kind of like an orc mold. And then we're going to have the Argentix, so like I said, in silver color and in red for the little arms. Notice also that the body mold is a Norvagan one, and the head is of course a Draga one. Once again, the dark gray on the back. And one thing more important to notice is that the way the new interesting thing in this figures pack is that they are going to give you some really big weapons which were released before in the Crystal Wars and Iron Raiders subsim, which were colored in chrome, and here they came back in this new chrome color. So it's really cool to have these big weapons in new recolored chrome color. So here, for example, it's silver and it's a chrome silver color, and it's looking just perfectly. Well, it's just beautiful. So see, it's just gorgeous in terms of color. Well, I'm still a kid for these things, but seriously, the shiny things will still attract me, I think. So first figures pack. Now it's time to move on to the second one, which is called Ruins Battle. Excuse me. Yes, Ruins Battle. And it looks like that. So you can see another drawing of another warrior right there, which is quite cool. Well, time to move on to the set itself. So this time we are going to have 2 Argentix warriors and 1 Aurios warrior. So once again, the mold will be used in some original way. So for example, some Norwegian body mold and Dragar one. The weapons are not also new molds. It's old molds once again. Then once again a Vorgan guy right here, and then an Aurios, which shares an Odaku body mold with an head and arms from the Dragar mold. And this time his weapons is in a gold chromed color, and once again it's really good looking. So here we go. I think yes, that's all for this things. Also notice that the 2 Vorgans have a different green shade color for the skin. As you can see, this one is really lighter than the previous one. So yes, it's quite fun also to notice that. I think most of the Vorgans come in different type of colors for their skin. Yes. So that's all. Time to move on to the 2 other fig pack, and this time they are going to be a little more original, because you might remember the figures pack from the Metal Age sub-scene, which was called Dragar Cavalry, and which featured 1 warrior and 1 horse. Well, this time it's going to be this type of things once again, with first the Aurios Assault fig pack. And as you can see, we can see directly the horse right there, and also the fact that there is just 2 names written down there. Notice also this figures pack that I can show you, because in fact Megabloks released 6 figures pack for this sub-scene, but I just have 4 of them. So well, here is Mythic's Battle, which featured 1 Aurios and 2 Argentix guy, and which I can show you in this photo, sadly. So time to move on to the guys and the horse itself. And the horse is a new mold, so it's not the old skinny mold from the previous horse. No, it's a new one, which, as you can see, is a little bulkier, kind of seems to get more skin, a little less thinner, and well, also more princess looking like, if you want my opinion, because of the hairs right there, for example, the overall colors and the overall design. So the previous horses really look like they were made for battle, and they were kind of cold in their look. But here it's well, I think this design is a little warmer than the previous horses design, if I can say so like that. If I can say stuff like that, excuse me. And so you can see you will still have the connection points for the warrior, and there's 2 things which are new, in fact, if you want to add some wings from the Plasma Dragons sub-scene, which is quite a nice idea. That is a different color, so the dark blue used for the eyes, the gold used for this part right there. That is the points of connection here. And that's all. So in terms of articulation, of course, the neck can be moved up and down. The same can be said for all the limbs, so you can move them rear and forth, and that's all. So some people might prefer the old design of the horses, but personally, I also really like this one. Excuse me. And it's time to move on to the warrior, which is an Aurios. And this time, yes, mine warrior was at the end of the gold pen, so even the front part is mostly dark gray. So well, yes, it's a little not really good looking. And in terms of mold, well, this time it's a little stranger, because he used an head and also a body from the Dragar guys, but the arms are from Norwegian warriors. So quite nice to have this mix from really all the older armies. And as you can see, this time the weapon is going to be a blue metallic chrome paint. And once again, even if it's a little more strange in terms of for a weapon, in terms of color, it's still good looking and it's still shiny. So I'm all on for it. So yes, we're just going to link the guys onto the horse, and here we go. That said, let's move on to the second guy, and this time we're not going to have an horse, so it's going to be called the Argentix Revenge figure pack. And as you can see, we are going to have, in fact, a little dragon by itself, a new mold. So yeah, oh, it's looking in real. Well, let's see that. Here we go. So it's kind of like plasma dragons, but of course the articulations are just rotation point, and also it's not it's hard plastic instead of soft plastic used right there. But still, it has the same type of scale and, well, kind of like the same type of design. So as you can see, it's a thin dragon in terms of molds, even for the arms and all. It's really thin, if you want my opinion. You still have the 2 points of connection for the warrior and the wings if you want to add them. In terms of articulation, like I said, you got 1 rotation point per limb, and the mouth can be opened and closed. There is no details on the inside of the mouth. But in terms of color, you're going to have a little fight between light green and dark green, which is not really that well done in terms of paint effect. And the same can be said for the claws, which really looks not really gross, but they really seems to be made quick, as you can see, and it's not really made in a precise way. Also notice the 2 points of connection right there, to link them, of course, on a stud. And that's all for this little guy, I think. So it's really it's quite unique in the Dragon's universe, this type of thing, but it's really a welcomed idea, if you want my opinion. And then the warrior, which comes with it, it's an Argentix guy. And as you can see this time, they used a Dragar body, but they put it not really upside down, but on the other side, because this side with the hammer is supposed to go on the back, and this side with the neck chain is supposed to go on the front. So they put this the other way around, and also notice that the arms used are the arms which were used first on Xenos, a character released in the Fire and Ice sub-sim. So it's quite original. And then the head, of course, is a normal Dragar one. The weapon is in a silver, yes, silver green chrome color, as you can see. Once again, quite weird looking, but still quite shiny and cool. And that's all, I think. So once again, the dark gray color on the back. And that will be all for this guy, and also all for this figures pack, guys. So as you can see, the figures can hold, well, the dragon can hold pretty nicely the figures on, which is on it, even with the weight of the big weapon. Well, of course, when I said that, it's beginning to fall off, but it works. Okay, and that's all, guys. So, well, time to do a little sum up. So first we got this set with 1 Aurios and 2 Argentix. Then the other way around, 2 Aurios and then 1 Argentix. Oh, excuse me, but this here it's 2 Argentix and 1 Aurios. Like that. Then, yes, horse. Well, a new mod, and then this new type of dragon. So let's sum up, will you? Well, let's, excuse me, no, yes, let's sum up. So yes, first, well, like I said, in terms of mods, for the warriors at least, it's all the same, but the fact that they decided to put a different type of armies mod together is quite cool. So for example, you're going to have an old Dragar head on an old Norwegian body, or the same kind of things with an Odaku body. So it's really cool. Well, it's not really original, but at least they decided to kind of turn things around and mix their old molds together, which is quite a good idea, if you want my opinion. Also notice that the paint job is okay, except for the back of the body, which is not really cool. The fact that they got one side is gold or silver, and the other side, the back, is is dark gray is really seems to be a cheap initiative to to cut price on the minifigs. And well, maybe they were forced to do that. I think they were forced to do that, but it's still a little May, if you have my opinion. It's not really that good or even good looking. Even if you do, of course, do not spend all the time looking at the back of your figures, but still. And then, like I said, all the molds were not really new, but in terms of recolors, which is quite cool, and without any fail this time, unlike the figures, is this weapon. So the big weapons recolored in some new chrome colors, because, well, they were really cool in the Crystal Wars and Iron Warriors theme, and it's really nice to see them make a comeback with new nice chrome colors, really shiny, and well, really nice if you want to have some leader in your armies, some generals. We've got big armies and some cape and stuff like that. It's really the way to go with this type of weapons. So quite nice. And then, like I said, there were no new molds for the figures, but there were new molds for the creatures. So a new horse mold, which I really found cool looking, personally, good looking. So my people might prefer the old horse design, but I really like this one. So it's really cool, I think. More gracious than the previous one. Well, of course, it looks less like a warrior horse, but at least it's here and it's really well done. And then you got the little dragon one, which is also nicely done in terms of mold, and it's quite original, and it's once again quite cool if you want to have a leader of your army which mounts a dragon and leads his armies to the victory. It's really a cool idea. Plus, of course, the two guys come also with nice chromed weapons. And that's also really a great figures pack. The only problems is really the color on the figures. So, for example, the fact that there is the front part is painted and not the rear part, and also maybe the lack of new mods for the warriors. But these 2 points, in fact, can be said for all of the Battlestorm sub-scene, because you will see that Megabloks decided to make new mods, but not really for the warriors themselves, more like for the creatures and stuff like that. So yes, no new mods and the same type of paint for all the warriors on the entire sub-scene. But well, that's all it is. But for the rest, great figures pack, if you have my opinion, even maybe better than the Metal Ages figures pack, because first you got this new chrome weapons, and if you buy one of this set, you will have one of the new mods for the creatures, which are really cool. So that's all, guys. Great figures pack. They are maybe quite rare to find on the internet, but well, I don't know. Search and look for yourself if you want one of them, because they're quite cool. And of course, they really complete in a nice way your army. Plus, they got some really unique and rare figures. I think these dragon figures or these horse figures are quite rare, maybe even exclusive to this set. So seriously, it's all good, but maybe a little rare. So well, you want to go for it if you want to complete your dragons collection. And I think that's all, guys. So hope you enjoyed this review. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to ask them. I will happily answer them. And that said, well, hope you enjoyed, and see you later for another Megabloks Dragons video review, or even another type of video review. Bye bye.